Mushoku Tensei and ReZero were never a question on whether they were coming back or not, but Gate? Well, that certainly wasn't on my bingo card. That's right, after 9 long years since Season 2 ended, Gate's coming back, just not in the way that you might think. Or maybe even want. We also got our first look at the new seasons for ReZero and Mushoku Tensei, so that's 3 peak isekai I can't wait to talk with you about. But first, today's sponsor is for all you Haikyuu fans out there. Ever wanted to build your own dream team and see how they match up against all the other Haikyuu characters? Now you can in Haikyuu Fly High, the brand new volleyball RPG letting you mix and match legendary characters to create the ultimate lineup. Each comes with their own skills, attributes, and team traits, so from hard-fought blocks to impactful spikes, there's numerous ways to outplay your opponents. They've even recreated the signature moves to showcase the most epic anime moments as these beautiful ultimate skills. The touch I personally like the most, though, are the authentic voiceovers featuring the original voice actors from the anime. Plus, with the whole thing being supervised by the team who created Haikyuu, you know every environment, character model, and storyline will be captured as faithfully as possible. With every match you play, you'll see that same passion you saw in the anime. So, whether it's directing serves, leading attacks, or predicting blocks, you'll probably feel like you're on the court yourself. The whole experience was designed to be as immersive as possible. And you don't even gotta worry about who you're gonna start with, since the numerous welcome events lets you get 3 SSR players right from the get-go. There's Kei from the 7-day login event, Hinata from the Greatest Decoy theme event, then one more who I'll let you see for yourself. Just click the link below to jump into Haikyuu Fly High today. It's a brand new way to experience this iconic series. Alright, let's start things off with Mushoku Tensei. The trailer itself is quite revealing, so if you want to stay as pure as possible and not know anything, there's a certain part at the end of it I'll refrain from talking about. The rest of it has me way too hyped for what's to come too, since not only does best donut maker Orsted make an appearance, we also see other characters like Kashirika, Perugius, and even some new ones. I do plan on doing a full trailer analysis later on, but to quickly go scene by scene, first we have who I assume is Rudy writing in a notebook. The text is Japanese, so the only options are really either him or Nanahoshi. As for what it says, it's something along the lines of "starting today I'll keep a diary," and the beginning of his recount of the events of the last 10 days. Next we have Rudy enjoying his family life in peace, a few shots of what's going on with the people he met at the university, Nanahoshi staring up to Perugius' floating castle Chaos Breaker, then a change in pace to events a bit more eventful. There was Kashirika being Kashirika, Luke and Rudy getting into a heated argument again, a giant set of armor oddly reminiscent to Iron Man's Hulkbuster suit, then a shot of Ghislaine implying her return. After this is the princess enjoying her coffee, Rudy and Zaniba in the Demon Continent with Alina Lise and Cliff, Rudy and Zaniba again then having a conversation with the armored Dragon King Perugius, then some ancient ruins that looks to be like a massive library. It's from here we get to a major tonal shift, since in addition to Rudy staring intently into a fire about what I assume is whatever problem he's dealing with, there's a quick sequence of pretty important imagery. I'll save my analysis for a different video, but whatever's going on seems far different from the slice of life stuff we got last season. Here we have a new demon character and her companion, another new character with a Guile-type haircut, Zaniba running away from Alina Lise, then the man himself aura farming like how he usually does. Next was Perugius and his attendants. After was Rudy performing some type of combo magic, then in the end was that same diary from earlier closing. The entry's a little bit longer now, but of what's visible, it roughly translates to this. So, as far as trailers go, this was quite the packed one. Based on what they showed us already, it definitely seems like we'll be getting a far more eventful season than the previous. It also looks like it'll be covering from Volume 13 to Volume 17, so if we keep that same format of 2 parts per season, that's 24 episodes across 5 whole volumes. Season 2 had covered 6, so assuming the episode count remains the same, there's a good chance we get a very faithful adaptation of the Everyday Life arc to the Asura Kingdom arc. Now, when might this season be releasing? Well, if we look back at how the trailer for Season 2 came out exactly 1 year before the first episode's release, a safe estimate would be 1 year from this trailer's release. The broad date was confirmed for 2026, but if I had to guess, I'd say summer of next year was the most likely. There was, however, a legitimate source stating otherwise, this one coming from Toho's very own financial reporting. In a presentation revealing its performance and upcoming lineup, there was a small section listing Season 3 for April. So, with this report literally on Toho's official business website, I don't see any reason other than production delays for why Season 3 won't come out in April. Now, some of you more informed viewers might be aware that the Season 1 staff went to work on Sentence to be a Hero, so if you were a fan of episodes like this one, we might not be getting that same quality again. The full staff list is yet to be revealed, but so far it's looking like the work might be more similar to Season 2. Thankfully, the director is the same one responsible for Season 2 Part 2, so at least the quality should be as good as the Labyrinth arc. It's just unfortunate that somewhere along the way, Studio Bind was mismanaged to the point that lots of the original staff had to leave. It would have been really amazing to see passion like this all throughout the series. Still, I think we're in for a treat with Season 3 anyway, so expect more videos as more information comes out. Next, we have ReZero Season 4, which, while revealed at the same time as Mushoku Tensei, somehow has 10 times less views than it does. I don't know what happened to make ReZero fall off so much, but I guess less and less people have become interested in it, at least on YouTube anyway. Either way, it's Season 4 that'll be returning in 2026, and along with it, the conclusion to Arc 5 as well as the events of Arc 6. That's about 5.5 volumes worth of content, so I would expect another 16 to 24 episodes split across 2 seasons again. Now, this trailer was a lot more straightforward than Mushoku Tensei, since rather than showcase events from all throughout the season, it's instead one long clip depicting one. There's the usual cast of characters like Subaru, Beatrice, and Emilia, the return of Ram, which I guess I'll make do with while Rem's still in her coma, then Julius and Anastasia, who I assume are tagging along due to their encounter with Gluttony. This all makes pretty good sense, but the one character I'm surprised is there with them as well is Elsa's sidekick Meili. I mean, it was only a season ago that she was trying to kill them. That being the case, it looks like we'll be getting another dynamic cast of characters. It may not be as widespread as Season 3, but that could be a good thing since the story will be a lot more focused. The visuals do also portray Rem in a wheelchair, so I'm guessing she's there with them too. Then there was this one new character in a visual all on her own, suggesting we might be getting a new addition to the cast. All in all, it's a brand new setting far different from what we've seen in any other season. It's a remote location far away from any politics or conflict, so whatever that tower is they're headed to, it must be pretty important. Now, the staff has a lot of returning members from the previous season, so I wouldn't expect very much difference in quality. With Studio White Fox taking the reins again, it should be very similar to all the previous seasons. As for when exactly it'll come out, well, the trend has usually been full release 4 to 6 months after the trailer. So if we go by that, plus the confirmation of 2026, then that would suggest right in January. It's hard for me to think ReZero could be less than a year away, but it's exactly what happened for Season 2 and Season 3. So we just have to wait for when more information comes out. If the anime really is coming out by January, then we'll probably get a release date sometime in the next couple of months or so. Finally, we get to one of my personal favorite anime ever, just because I can't get over how satisfying this show is sometimes. I know it's definitely not for everyone, but the whole premise is just so entertaining. What anime am I talking about? Well, this is the 2015 Isekai/Reverse Isekai Gate, the only anime where you'll find a modern army facing off against a medieval fantasy one. Obviously, there's much more to it than just that, but a large portion of it is just the Japan Self-Defense Force flexing. Now, why am I even talking about this? Well, after 10 long years, Gate's finally coming back. Season 2 ended only partway through the main character Itami's journey, and it's been ever since that I've been patiently waiting for it to continue. Well, it looks like I might be waiting forever, since rather than continue the series right where we left it, Gate 2 is instead skipping to a completely different story entirely. This means a new plot with new characters and even a new setting in the special region, none of which might even overlap with what we got in Season 1. Sure, we might get a glimpse of Itami and his unit here and there, but they're very far from being the focus of this new series. Instead, what we're getting is the Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force. It's a story that supposedly deals with the rescue mission across the seas of the special region. This is apparently a big jump from where the anime left before, something a commenter on Reddit likened to Bleach's Soul Society arc skipping to the 1000-year Blood War arc, or perhaps Naruto going from Sasuke leaving the village to the start of the Shinobi War. Either way, it's a massive gap that's sure to leave longtime viewers confused unless clear context is provided. I couldn't really tell you why they're doing this, but another commenter suggested it's because the recent season changed too much from the source material. Apparently, to try and continue the series with the way the novel portrays it wouldn't be possible. So, it is a bit disappointing to know the previous storyline might never be completed, but at the very least I'm hoping for some decent cameos from the original cast. And as long as there's more flexing on a military scale the likes of which the special region has never seen before, I for one will be entertained regardless. Just please, please, please have more Rory in it. Now, there is no trailer or release date yet, so I'll be sure to keep you updated if any more info comes out. In the meantime, feel free to subscribe and check out my other videos on Overlord and Lord of Mysteries. But anyway, let me know which of these three you're most looking forward to. I'd love to see where all the interest lies down in the comments. Until next time though, ciao.